How we looking?
Hey,
Oh, look. You guys are looking good.
thank you. We're recording.
You're still looking good.
Thanks for your help. Thank you
Are you
so
all set?
much.
Are you guys? Good?
Yeah,
So far,
Good. Have a good one.
thanks. Have a good night.
oh, I'm sure you'll hear if it's a disaster. There you go.
Oh, okay. Admit Poletsky.
Wasn't that looking? That looks nice.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good.
The technology works.
So far, so good, Ben.
And we're recording.
Okay, now what'd she say? Oh, when Bridget comes on, right?
Yes, then she gets. I was just thinking if she would make all of the board members present co-hosts, because that way we can speak up
Right.
and make motions.
Yeah,
and
she'll know
stuff
that.
like Yeah,
I'm sure she will.
I guess we'll find out.
Where
Yeah.
are you, Ben?
I am in Morris, Connecticut. Actually, technically East Morris.
Uh-huh.
You
You don't want to come over?
well, I have a 4:30 meeting,
Okay,
which is also digital. So I'm glued to my computer for. a little
okay.
while.
Because I was gonna say, this doesn't start until 4:30. I don't know why they put 4.
Oh, I'm
over
sorry.
there.
Oh, it does it?
Oh, no,
No, they had 4 on the web here, but our minutes read 4:30. I mean, our agenda.
Ah.
So,
that
Oh,
room,
actually, I take that back. My meeting starts at 5.
okay.
I'm looking at. Yeah, today was crazy. I was double booked at 4, and then the other 4 o'clock canceled, and then this popped up, and then all right. So we're gonna start at 4:30.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
we are.
and that room looks gorgeous,
Yeah, I
Ben.
know, Ben.
Absolutely elegant.
That is the parlor. That's where we host. That's where we do the seated part for dining.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
That's
beautiful.
very nice. Very nice.
Formerly, there were 12 horse stalls in that room.
Is that right? Kind of Cava-like. Have you been to Cava?
No, but I've
Oh.
seen their web. They have pictures online. I've
Oh,
seen.
my God, you should bring your wife there. Have you ever been there? Oh, my God, what they do is absolutely stunning. I mean, you can't believe what they do there.
Now, is this the same room that we used for Art Around the Box?
Yes.
I love that chandelier.
So for different events, everyone has kind of a different vibe or style. And so for this event in particular, I'm kind of looking through the picture, they opted for chandeliers. So a rental company would come in and do that install.
Oh, wow.
And then those are our banquet tables and chairs. And then the floral designer did the treatments you see on top of the tables. And then finally, see how there's like a blue architectural lighting on the floor.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We'd have a lighting company come down and also do lighting design to the space.
I mean, that is stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Nice, very nice.
That was a fun one. We actually did one right. It was a wedding, but it was right before Christmas, and it was holiday themed.
Oh, wow.
And where you see those chandeliers, they put up literally. I did the math. It was about 6,000 lights
Wow.
all hanging, and it created this really amazing like waterfall effect. It was really unbelievable. I felt bad for the guys because they had to spend like 2 days doing this lighting installation.
Huh.
And but it was really amazing. And then they brought Christmas trees, and they had like, I think like 8 or 10 Christmas trees inside here with like little seating areas. It was really cool. It smelled really nice.
Did you take pictures of that?
Yeah, that is, let me see. Well, wait, I'll see if I can find a picture. I'll forward it over to you via email. And we won't construe these as work-related emails, so it's cool if I send it to everyone.
Right, no, this is just,
This is banter.
inquiring minds like to know.
There we go. And then afterwards they said that, well, we have to get rid of all these trees. What do you want to do? The next day was the Morris's, our little, holiday party on the green there. So we brought the trees down and just set them all up.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's usually how it works.
Now, Ben, let me ask you something about this Zoom, okay?
Yes.
Now, your picture's there and our picture's there. Now, what if someone else wants to join? Where does it show up on this screen?
It'll start cascading the pictures. It'll automatically scale them all out. So you see where my picture is,
Oh, okay.
other pictures
Okay,
next
yep.
to it. And it'll just kind of splay them out there. I think for the meeting purpose of protocol, we should just say, if you're on the commission, it's easy. Everyone else who's not on the commission will have their mute button
Yes.
pressed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna make Bridget the host because she's gonna be zooming in from home. So since she's
Okay.
the chair, she'll be the host, and then she'll, what is it, Bev?
She'll let the committee members be
Co-host.
unmuted as co-hosts.
And then we can all
Yeah.
speak.
And then, I think we're all pretty good about like taking turns and everything like that. So I'm not
Yeah.
worried about that. And then
Yep.
for public comment, you have to raise your hand. And, we just have to be orderly about it.
And I don't know how many people are gonna really log in.
Yeah, I think most already submitted, what they want to say. So.
Yeah.
we'll see.
We're just waiting for Lori and Bridget, and
Mhm.
then, it's only, yeah. Yeah, Bev and I came down earlier and got everything set up, so. We're right on
My-
target.
My meeting at 5 is using VR goggles and I don't know, I've never done that before, so I'm pretty certain I'm gonna screw that up. And it's also kind of weird. Like
What the heck's a
Zoom is
VR?
Is that like
Virtual-
virtual reality?
Oh, yeah, virtual reality? And you're gonna see them through the goggle? Oh, my
Yeah.
God, that's high tech.
I have enough trouble with.
Yeah, the problem is I don't know how to do it exactly, so I'm probably gonna I don't know, I might be a little late. Actually getting on board.
Well, it'll be a learning experience. This was a learning experience for us,
Oh, yeah.
but it wasn't too hard, but,
Okay, who's there? Bridget.
oh, okay, hold on, let me go admit Bridget. Hello,
Bridget?
hi. Oh, not
This
yet.
is connecting to audio.
Hi, you there? Bridget?
Might take a second. She'll unmute once she's connected. Sometimes it takes a few seconds to.
Oh, yeah, she's muted.
Can you unmute her?
And the other thing is that we should, although it's not turned off here, we should turn off chat for 2 reasons. One is for FOI reasons. I don't believe this is recorded.
Yes, it
Sure.
is. Oh,
No, I'm sorry. The actual chat window, I don't think records during the meetings. So it's tricky for us to, I don't know, remain within process.
okay.
So, so I think for this one, it's running, so whatever, but like in the future, we should disable it.
I don't even know if it's funny.
Well, if you but you got a phone call.
Okay, now it's working.
Okay.
You had to let me unmute, Maureen.
Okay,
So, but
Oh,
now
yeah.
my stupid head is here.
yeah, there's your face. And Ben is here.
Okay.
There you are.
That's okay.
Okay, now, let's get her as host, Bev. Go ahead.
Right.
What is it?
Okay. What we
Or you
do-
can just do it there. I don't care. Where's Ben? I don't see Ben.
He's down
I'm-
here. Ben,
I'm right here. Hello, hello.
He's in that
I'll-
elegant room.
can you hear him?
Yes, I can hear him, but I don't see him. I just see a table, like a
That's it.
wedding room.
That's it.
Ben, are you there?
Oh,
My
yeah.
talking table.
Maybe he's talking to somebody else. Okay,
No,
so
never mind.
Bridget, do you want us to host you or what do you want to do?
Well, I just want to make sure, see how at the bottom, when you put your cursor on the bottom, it says raise hand. I think that's what we want to ask people to do. So if I raise my hand, see how it shows up on my picture?
Yes.
Oh.
And
okay.
then you
Okay.
can unmute me. And I can talk and then you can mute
Oh.
us.
Where do I unmute you? Mute you.
That's in the corner. See where,
Oh, wait on the bottom.
One of the things we might just do, Maureen and
Yeah.
Bev, is tell everyone to mute, and then if they don't, hit mute all.
I just thought that the committee members should all be unmuted.
Right. I think so too.
So we're all on the same page for digital protocol. Everyone on the board should be unmuted. All attendees, sometimes there's just background noise, which is distracting. And also like for Bridget and myself, if you hear background noise, let us know and we can mute ourselves, and unmute when we have something to say.
Okay.
I think that's a fine process.
Sometimes there's a little bit of a lag because I see this with Teams too. And with
Okay.
cross talking, you're stumbling on each other and you can't always hear.
Okay, so what if I wanted to mute you? I just go to your picture and hit mute.
Yeah.
Got it. Hello.
That
Bridget?
works. You can just unplug all the wires. Then we're fine.
No, I think I have it. I think I have it. Can you see what, you can see what I'm doing, right, Bridget?
I just see your face. That's all.
Okay. All right.
But I think we'll make an announcement at the beginning and ask everybody to mute.
Okay.
Because if anyone calls in, I've not participated in a Zoom with people calling in where the host was able to mute them because all of mine have been in, face to face.
You should be able to, when you're setting up the meeting in the future,
Yeah.
it can default to a mute setting. That's one of the defaults you can select.
Okay.
Maybe for the Tuesday one, the February
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
What we should do is mute on entrance. The other is disable chat. And I thought
I
there was
don't
one other.
see that. I'm going under.
Where are the settings? It's under settings, Maureen.
Oh, okay. Settings. Settings.
How about, would it be
You
more?
said security.
Oh,
It might be
security.
under,
Yeah. Okay. It says
Okay,
live
you can-
meeting.
Check off take the chat one away. That would be right below you.
Oh, it says chat.
Right, click it and maybe the X will go around.
yeah, chat is not helpful.
No.
Well, the
So
problem is it's not recorded during the recorded calls, just the audio and video is, so we can't.
Well, the host gets a transcript, Ben,
Oh, okay.
but it's not the public record, like you
Okay,
said.
good.
So I unchecked where it says allow participants to chat. Do you want me to
Right.
check that or leave it unchecked?
Leave it unchecked.
Unchecked, okay. And this is giving me a pain in my neck. I mean, actually, a pain in my.
And Maureen, you have to let people in.
I know. Oh, wait a minute. Deborah White wants to come in. Good thing you said something.
And well, Larry just texted me from downstairs saying he can't get in.
Okay.
Bridget, just so you know, I have a 5 o'clock meeting I have to jump onto. So I'll be on until then.
Okay. We'll move it along then.
Sweet.
I like quick meetings.
You too.
Okay, Deborah White's connecting to audio. I don't have to list everybody's name that's on here, right? Do I? Or do you want it?
I don't think you're going to want to take names down of people who speak, Maureen.
Okay, all right. Bev, you're in charge of that, okay?
I could do that too.
Okay, Lori.
Oh, good.
Okay, Lori's,
I'll put down everybody's name and then
You know everybody.
Thank you. I'll take it.
did you see where Durst died?
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, I know.
Well, it saves I think the state that was going to prosecute him for his second wife's death. So it saves them all that money.
I know.
So Deborah's muted.
Yeah, now should I unmute her? And tell her
Well,
that she's gonna be muted or what?
She handles
You can
it.
leave her muted until she raises her hand
Got it, okay.
right during public comment.
Lori, how come this screen,
I have no idea.
hey, Ben,
I'm just the town clerk.
Yes,
the second big screen in the room here,
yes.
it's just a big like blue screen with the window, you know, the logo on it.
You have to do the same thing with the Chrome. If you hit that Chrome on the bottom there, Maureen,
What do you do to,
see the
Can
Chrome?
you currently on that screen that's active, you can see Bridget, myself, Deborah, you can
Yeah.
see all this already.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah,
Well, all the information, while yes, you're not using two screens, but all the information you should need is going to be present on that
Yeah,
one.
that's what I.
Bridget, I don't see where, oh, there's Deborah. I don't see where Larry's trying to, is Larry gonna try to log in?
Yeah, he had the wrong link.
Okay, okay.
At least I think so.
Now, can Deborah hear us?
Yes.
She can hear, but she can't speak.
Okay, so if you'd like to speak, Deborah, when public comment starts, raise your hand. There's a button.
Where are you from?
That's what it looks like. And if you can believe it, this is how we're trying hotly contested divorce and custody cases on screens like this with all kinds of technological glitches.
Oh,
Well,
God.
well, yeah, I can imagine.
And introducing exhibits that way too.
If you start garbling, you can lose a word and it can make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Oh, I meant to give you all an update. Jason, just so you have a heads up on this, because it will impact our agenda
Yeah.
favorably. He's working today, so he's not able to
Okay,
do that.
We'll
But
pass
I'm-
it.
Yeah, and I'll nag him to get to respond with something for next meeting.
well,
Sure.
yeah. All right, so we'll, okay.
And we can table child safety.
What?
We can table the child safety one.
Yeah, we'll pass it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When he's ready to proceed, he can maybe let you know, Ben, which meeting.
Yeah, that's kind of how I left it. I'm like, when you're, it's on the agenda. When you're ready, you should proactively share what you want to share.
Did you share the calendar with him, Ben?
No, I didn't, but he knows that it's a monthly discussion. So.
Does everyone have a copy of his proposal?
We talked about it last at the November meeting, Maureen. So I think
It was revised on 10/29. I'll make sure we all have the same one. I don't know if he dated it, but I dated mine in the upper right-hand corner, so I can always send out another one if we're not sure.
Well, it's whatever, it's whatever is tied to the online posting.
Right.
That's what
I
we're.
have dated 9/13, so.
Well, let's hope that with the various different days and times that I came up with for the 2022 calendar, people can participate depending on their work and other schedules.
Right. Give some more flexibility.
Hello, Larry. We see you.
Who is that distinguished fellow in there?
Hey, Larry.
I'm lucky to have a supportive husband.
Yes, you
Gotcha.
are.
So we have all the members of the committee here, right?
Yes.
That are going to be available today.
Yeah, everybody's here.
Tom is not participating. Is that correct, Maureen?
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be here later. He's not here now.
And Vinny wants to be.
It's only 4:25.
Vinny Aiello may come.
What you always do is click and admit.
Oh, good thing you're paying attention.
Every time you hear the ding ding, that means somebody's.
I was just on a call with my doctor upstairs and he was trying to get it to be like this. And I was in the vault. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. I can't see. I didn't have my glasses with me. I was like, can we just talk? He goes, yeah, okay.
I mean.
I think we see Vinny's fire alarm.
Yeah. Vinny, if you want us to see you, you got to move your screen. There you go.
There you
That's
go.
better.
Yay.
Okay. Now move to the left. There you go. That's good.
Now he just got his nose in his mouth and his thumb. These are comic relief.
Lori.
This is a very difficult process, even if we do it a couple times a week. Every week it changes.
Okay, people are starting to,
And
you got Lori Lindamuth,
Yep. Oh,
Lori
Weiner.
Weiner. Laurey.
Is Lori Lindamuth unmuted? I don't see the little mute button next to her name.
No, because she didn't connect to audio.
Okay.
No, Gopals.
Opal.
Okay, I see that. All right. And Maureen,
Yes.
you might have to watch for late participants logging on.
Yes. Okay.
damn it.
One more minute.
Okay, when the meeting starts, do you want to just tell everybody they're being muted or,
I will.
and that you're the chairman?
Acting chairman. Yep.
Yeah. And I.
Get out of it that way.
Oh,
That's why she's the attorney.
Yeah,
Yeah, really.
words are important.
Commas are more important than you think also.
Commas?
Yes.
I use lots and
There was
exclamation.
a Supreme Court case last year that hinged on the Oxford comma.
Really? Wow.
And what the clause meant with and without the comma.
Oh, geez, something else to worry about.
Ben, are you still,
I just sprinkle them all.
Ben?
Raring to go.
Okay.
7 seconds.
If we're gonna launch.
All right, it's 4:30. I'm going to call the meeting to order. For all the participants that are on the screen that are not members of the committee, please be advised that your sound has been muted. Maureen will unmute you when you raise your hand during public comment. These Zoom meetings can sometimes be arduous because it's an unusual way of communicating. So I would just ask everybody to be patient and try not to crosstalk or understand why they're being muted. So we did not have a December meeting, so we approved the October meetings, minutes in November. Do we have to approve the November meetings?
Yes,
Yes.
we'll need a motion.
I so move.
I'll
I
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Ben's muted. Can you unmute him, Maureen?
No, he
Okay.
won't. Did you get that, Ben?
Yes, I did.
All right.
Two people are in the waiting room, it
You
says.
gotta click on the,
Oh, sorry.
I'll repeat the announcement once you get them all in, Maureen. For everybody that's joining the meeting, if you're not a member of the committee, you're going to be muted until the public comment section of our agenda. When that part of the agenda comes up, we're going to ask you to either physically raise your hand or do the raise hand button at the bottom of your, it's on my screen, it's the bottom of my screen, and we will call on you in order. I'm just asking that everybody be respectful, and I think in order to move this along and give everybody a chance, we're limiting, I'd like to limit comments to 3 minutes on the first go round. So we've done the call to order. We've approved the November minutes. New business, Maureen, it's the American Legal Publishing. Did you want to talk about that, or is Lori going to talk about it?
I think Lori can talk about that.
All we needed to do was everybody got the paperwork about it. Just go over it and see if it looked the right way and if it was a go ahead to, I just need to contact American Legal to tell them to go ahead and print.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and send the approval
Right, it's
to American Legal.
I second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Aye.
Do you want me to do these in each one because you're taking notes?
Did Ben vote?
I said aye.
We'll move on to old business. The child safety zone. Ben, do you want to make a report on that?
I spoke with Jason. Just have a quick update. We're going to defer to next meeting. Two things he said that, well, first off, he apologized for not being here today. He was working and couldn't make it. And secondly, he had a few, let's just call them subject matter experts or industry experts who he was going to align to the meeting to kind of give us a little bit more flavor for the language and kind of define a little bit more what it's intended to do.
Renee? did you
Yeah,
get-
got her. Michael.
So we're not going to proceed on that topic at this meeting, and we'll
I-
defer.
Yeah, defer.
I'll make a motion to defer it until the February meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So we're moving on to the noise ordinance section of our agenda. And Did everyone review the email correspondence from Attorney Ryback?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. should we
And
Go through maybe the highlighted points, or is it? Or
now,
guess an
what I
interest-
want to do, Ben, I don't know if you noticed, it mentions that certain things had to be done in Bethlehem because they don't have zoning. So I had an idea that I'd like to float before we even go through all the details.
Certainly.
And I was thinking that because we do have planning and zoning and we have certain districts where the noise ordinance, if it becomes effective, will vary depending on district, that we might want to do a joint workshop with planning and zoning so that we're not at odds with our planning and zoning regulations.
I think that's a good idea.
I do too.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I think primarily this is a land use issue, and then the ordinance can ultimately provide another level of protection there. So I think organizationally that makes more sense. And I talked with Lenny Assard about this, and the reason they put that in place is because they did have a land use violation that they needed to address, and the design of it is very specific. So that
Right.
was the reason they proceed that way. So Bridget, I think what you're saying is spot on.
Right, and I was thinking, everyone, that it might make sense to do it on a Saturday morning when the COVID, even in person if we can, when the COVID numbers are down, and if we can't do it in person, we'll do another Zoom meeting so that members of the public can observe. I don't think during a workshop, there's a public comment section. If anyone knows differently, please speak up now. Okay. The chairman is David Wigg, am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll reach out to David Wigg and find out what we can do about doing a joint workshop. Any objections to that?
Not from me.
No.
Hearing none, that's what we'll do on that issue. And I understand, Maureen, that we've received some correspondence, or what you would call emails. And I'm not going to ask that they be read into the record. I think what we need to do is put on the record who wrote in. It will be part of the record and available for review. And so if you want to go through the
Okay.
emails with names and dates of their emails, so I know you provided copies to everyone on the committee, but just so we make a clear record.
Yes. We had 7 emails. One was from Lori Weiner. One from Kevin Derone. Claudia and James Lynette, I believe, I don't know if I'm pronouncing their names correct, Lanouette. A C. Curtin, I believe her first name is,
Cassie.
Catherine,
yes, she sent 2. Vinnie Aiello. And that was it.
right. I want to acknowledge and that I appreciate all the correspondence that we've received. And we as a committee will review these comments and take them into consideration as we're formulating an ordinance, if there is one. Did everyone look at the various, I don't know if you saw Mike Ryback's drafts, the attachments to his email, the various towns and cities that have noise ordinances. And there's actually a state of Connecticut has a website, a portal that lists all the current noise ordinances and for which towns and whether or not they were approved by the DEEP. And it's under, it's portal.ct.gov/DEEP, DEEP/air/planning/noise-control. So, because as you saw by reading Attorney Ryback's email, we can formulate something, but then it's up to the state of Connecticut to approve it.
Yes, it's under, what do you say? It is, yes. DEEP has to approve whatever we request.
Right. And my understanding from looking at that website, there's a chairman of the Bureau of Air Management that reviews the ordinances and approves them. And his or her name, according to the website, is Tracy Babbage. So I saw a letter to her. I think it was from Mike Ryback with respect to the Bethlehem amended noise ordinances. But I just wanted to put everyone on our committee on notice about that website, that there are more ordinances in the state of Connecticut than the few that Mike Ryback sent us.
Did he send us those to highlight specific things, or it was just a random selection? Do we know?
I think it was a random selection, Ben. If you read his email of November 24th that he sent to Tom, it says, I've attached several other noise ordinances from around the state which have been approved by DEEP. And if you go to that website that I talked about, the portal for DEEP, you can see a comprehensive list of the ones that have been approved by DEEP.
They all generally seem similar in structure. Then there was fine tuning for specifics to each town, but I don't
Right.
think they were different.
Well, I imagine the first person who drafted this did all the work and then everybody copied from them. Because that's what people do. They don't recreate the wheel. But I think we should work with planning and zoning to figure out an intersection and fit for any potential noise ordinance as it relates to our planning and zoning, because we want to be complete and complementary.
Well, also, this dovetails into some of the concerns that I'm sure people have on the call too, like perhaps our role as advisory to planning and zoning and the ownership of the language is taken on by them, in which case, you know, I think a lot of the concerns become moot, but that's something we can discuss later.
Well, there could be parallel ordinances. What you don't want is our ordinance to be in conflict with something planning and zoning allows.
But P&Z is dealing with this right now with state level ordinances, where the state updated a lot of the ordinances language last year, and local P&Z doesn't reflect that. And so, yeah, exactly. That case would happen, except the difference is the states supersede the local. And so
Absolutely. Federal supersedes state, supersedes municipality. So if the feds had a law that impacted us, the same thing would apply. Do we want to have some discussion on this, or do we want to open to public comment? What do the other members of the committee?
Well, I did go through the draft ordinance that was submitted to us, and I did have a couple of questions, but I think I'm going to hold off until we decide if, when the workshops, hopefully with planning and zoning will be.
Okay.
And then discuss it.
Right. I'll try to call David Wigg or email him tomorrow,
Okay.
and we'll figure out if it's going to work and when it should be. And right now I'd prefer remote. I don't know if anyone has an objection to that on the committee.
I'd prefer that too.
Okay.
Yeah. It's working well so far. We'll see how it goes. Bevan, I had a lesson on it today, so.
Every time you do it, you're going to relearn it, Maureen. So I appreciate that you're willing to take on this task. So do any other committee members have any discussion on this, or shall we move on to public comment?
We'll move on to public comment.
I'm good with that.
All right, so for members of the public who may have come in at various times during my introduction, we're going to leave everybody on mute. If you wish to speak, raise your hand. So you'd have to turn your video on to physically raise your hand, or hit the raise icon at the bottom of your screen. If you run your cursor, it'll say mute, stop video, and then participants. We have no chat function activated, so please don't try that way. Share screen, raise hand. So I'll ask that you raise your hand and then we can call you in order.
Deborah was first.
Okay, we have Deborah Wyke first.
Can you just clarify for me again, what we are proposing, what you are proposing with this workshop? What is the purpose of the workshop and what is meant to be, decided or reviewed? So I guess I'm looking for language and where that language is going to be posted as a result of this meeting, right?
Well, I'll answer that and then other people can chime in. Right now, there's proposed language. We've also received other approved noise ordinances from Mike Ryback, who's the town attorney. And what we want to do is work with planning and zoning in order to come up with complementary ordinances for various districts as necessary. So we're still in the discussion stage. There's nothing set in stone. It's still open for discussion.
So who's leading the workshop on this Saturday and what is the purpose of the workshop?
Well, the two chairs would lead the workshop with members of the committees. And I will talk to David Wigg as to the extent of public participation and what information should be provided in advance to participants.
Right. So I guess that's just what I'm looking for, is just maybe an outline of the agenda of that meeting, what the point, I feel like it keeps getting kicked, the can keeps getting kicked down the road. And so I guess I'm looking for an agenda of that Saturday meeting. I like the idea. I'm looking for some expertise as to what's going to be presented, who's going to present it, who the experts will be, and what we hope the outcome will be.
Well, Deborah, it may be too early for experts. If
Well,
there
experts, I mean, who's going to present, like, Ryback presented all of those other options. So, will those options be read? I don't know. I guess what's the point?
Well,
I
I understand what you're asking, and it may be premature, Deborah. We don't know yet, but I think at a minimum, as chairman of this committee, I would include a link to the DEEP portal so people could go online and look at the other ordinances, and everyone could come to the table with ideas. That's what I think we want to do. We're all members of this community and we want to participate and do what's best for our town. Because don't forget, once the ordinance is drafted, my understanding of the next step is we have a town meeting and there's a vote on it either at the town meeting or by referendum. Am I correct, Maureen?
Yes.
Good.
It has to go, after it goes through us, it goes back to the Board of Selectmen.
Right. I missed a step.
Is
So
there any benefit to having some outside neutral, person to come in and help facilitate a meeting like that? Do you know what I mean? I mean, to look at language, if everyone comes in and talks about the language based on their experience and the documents that they've reviewed and the kind of language that they'd like to see, and then putting that up on chart paper, do you know what I mean? And actually do an actual community meeting, like, I'm a teacher, we do those things, And so we have an outcome at the end so that we have a bunch of sticky notes, and those sticky notes become a document that leads somewhere. I've just attended so many of
Right.
these meetings and they just don't go anywhere. I guess that's my concern.
Planning and zoning relies on I guess a zoning expert or consultant, Janelle Mullen. So that might be a question for,
I'm not, okay, I mean, I don't know how neutral she is, but okay.
you don't know how neutral anybody is. So she's a consultant and she supports all the towns in Litchfield County.
I think
And
there's a lot to be, excuse me. I think there's a lot to be considered here, and it's not something we're going to want to rush through.
Absolutely not.
It's not going to be a quick fix. It's not going to be an ordinance that is going to be done in, I would say, 1 or 2 months. I just don't see that happening.
And just so everyone has the benefit, if you Google Connecticut noise ordinances, you'll see the various newspaper articles from around the state. And many towns, it took months, if not a year or so, to come up with a noise ordinance. So I don't want to rush and have it be what we would call half-assed. We want it to be correct and not slapped together just for convenience sake. Shall we move on? I think Lori has her
Yes.
hand up.
Yep.
Laura, you might be on mute.
We're trying to.
Yeah, Lori, are you on mute?
Can you unmute her, Maureen, or no, on your participant screen? She, oh,
Hold on. Oh, let me see if I can find her. I don't see her now.
Up at the top.
she may have lost her connection.
Oh, here we go. Hold on.
Just ask to unmute. Try that.
No, she's not being unmuted.
Did you click on ask to
What,
unmute?
Beth, you got to talk up? What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you click ask to unmute?
What?
Did you put ask to unmute? Did you click on that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did.
She should be able to unmute on her own too, because we didn't lock the mute function for guests.
Yeah.
The microphone's got a red line through it.
That
Yeah.
means she's muted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lori, we can't get into you.
Again, if she's calling, I don't know if she's calling from a car
I
or
don't know.
it may be that she lost her internet connection. Well, is there anyone else that will come back to Lori? I hate to pass her, but we're not going to, I don't want to hold things up. Do you all see Renee?
Mhm.
Can you unmute her? She needs to unmute.
Oh, Lori's in there.
Lori said that she is waiting for you to unmute her, that she can't unmute herself.
She's on
She's
admit
in
now,
admit. Go up to admit.
over Bridget's head.
She got disconnected. That's what happened.
Okay.
If her internet connection cut out, even with, if she's using Wi-Fi calling, it will dump her off.
Oh, where'd she go? Oh, down at.
She's down the bottom there.
down at the
Yep.
bottom.
Okay, she's got a,
Lori, if you could please unmute yourself.
This isn't.
It starts to feel like a seance. Now Renee had her hand up, but was she just reporting
I
on
don't know.
Lori?
She's gone. I don't see her. Oh, here she is.
No.
again.
She has her hand up.
Okay.
There
Yes,
she
I was
is.
just reporting to Lori. She had sent me a text asking, saying that, tell them it says it won't let me in. So I'm reporting for her, yes.
Okay, well, I see her on the screen
Me too.
and it says she's muted, and I can't unmute her like I asked you to unmute, and then you
Yep.
come on. It doesn't happen with Lori. I don't know what's going on.
I'll let her know. Thanks.
Okay,
Is there anyone else that wishes to make a public comment this afternoon? Is there anyone else that wishes to make a public comment this afternoon? Is there anyone else that wishes to make a public comment?
Renee.
Not seeing any other hands raised. I would like to close the public comment section unless anyone else raises their hands right now. All right. Any other business that the committee thinks we need to address before we adjourn?
not for me.
No,
No,
May I have a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned at 4:56 PM.
Okay, I'm gonna end it now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.